everybody, it's HD here, and today I'm going to be going over my redstone clock that I built on first map. This is available for download for those people who are new to redstone, sorry. And let's just get straight into it. Essentially, the principle is, that's just an example of the clock, which I'll do shortly. You have to learn redstone while doing this little game mode, so you have to for example, build a redstone clock. You'd have to learn the example there, and then on the stone tiles, you'd have to mimic it or apply it to yourself, and you have to do all that before this closes and the owner closes when that time's elapsed. So the clock is pretty basic, to be fair. It's just a bit of a lag spike there. So nothing too major. Basic redstone, or what I find basic redstone. The rules: this clock is a 1 minute timer. It activates when open. The doors to the levels. When the timer's elapsed, the doors close and you get locked in. The goal is to learn and finish building the practice areas. The reason for the timer is so you don't get bored learning. I do not remember putting that one in, but sure. Hope you enjoy. Place redstone on these blocks, I'll explain later, and in case you starve. There was food on there, but I have no idea where it is. So, before we get in, when you are finished, wait for the clock to stop before starting the next level. So I must wait for that one to finish before getting into the first level. So it's finished, clock's gone. So let's get straight into this. Right. Yep, clock's starting. So let's get my equipment. This is quite basic, so it's an example. So it's a redstone clock. I have to build a redstone clock. So quickly. Not difficult. There we go. A redstone clock and spawning the villagers. Not even halfway through. They are spawning quite rapidly, so I might... well, that seemed to have not... okay, never mind, it's fine. Keep that running in the background, I don't care. So, see how it's not opened anything else. Eventually I'll get through to the end, but in the meantime I'll just pause it right here. Okay, now the clock's finished, I'm going to do level 2, which is open the door. So I have to figure out how to open this redstone door. Sorry if it gets laggy, I don't mean it to be. Build here. So I've got a few things to do. Otherwise than that. So obviously I need a pressure pad here to activate the door. Get that there. So sorry, I forgot the example. This makes the redstone signal last for another 3 seconds. Example? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Where am I? I'm in halfway, so I need to sort of speed up, but I'm not in a rush. They're facing opposite directions, so I need to mimic that here. So that one's facing that way, that one's facing that way. Wow. Already trapped. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording here because I have messed up. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that one. I am a bit of a moron when it comes to practicality. That's still going in the background. So level 3 is finishing the light. Okay, I'm not sure if I remember building this one. So, alright, okay, so the example's stairway going up. So these steps only send a signal one way, and that is, I should have mentioned, it only sends a signal going up. So if I trigger that, it lights those two up. However, if I press that, it only lights that one up because that's above it. However, it does not affect this one going down, because if it's on a step, it does increase it that way. What time I have? Got plenty of time, I think, I hope. So, redstone. Okay, so you can use redstone lamps, build here. So, build, and yeah. Oh crap. I have plenty of time, it's fine. So, the stairway goes all the way up. I'm just realising I'm not going to risk it. So, it does get progressively harder going through, because obviously not hard to make a redstone clock. That's finished. That's closed now. No, wait, hold on. Yep. Level 4, finish building the door. So it's similar to that one, however it's not quite. It's the same principle of a door, which should be here. Actually no, it shouldn't, never mind. It's fine. So build here, so I need 3 things there. Oh, that's all, just need 3 things. There we go. So, for the contraption reverses the signal. Does it? Right, no, it means this. Okay, so when I add a redstone signal to this block gets charged, and then anything that's on this is reversed. So, for example, this is always on. It would mean this is always off. So let me just do this because I'm wary of the time here. On, off. Oh god damn it. Might need to change that timer to more than a minute, but I think that's the thingy. So, nope. Yep, I would have been stuck in. But yeah, if I'd pressed that one, that signal there, that redstone repeater would have gone through the block and then into that redstone as well. So going on to level 5, build a code lock. This is going to be slightly tricky just by looking at it alone. So this is what I need to put this on there. So, oh crap. Press the wrong button. Okay, there we go. So example, with each turn of the item generates an extra signal to the signal strength. So just should have put an example there better, but this is always closed. I'm guessing it's that. It's been ages since I've done one of these, and I don't think that's right actually. No, it's not. That's there. That's there, and that's there to my knowledge, and you are there with that. And if I turn that, it should put back on you. Okay, yeah, that was way too close then. Yeah, I suppose I've had a few seconds of delay. But level 6 before I go finish off the map over there. It's getting night, but these lights should turn on automatically thanks to the daylight sensor over there. Level 6, sorry, a block switch. Let's have a go. So this is a lot more complicated. However, I have put in less items to put in. So, memorizing this stature, one center and all that stuff. So it switches a block from glass to normal iron, and then iron back to glass. So the block here I'm trying to replace is that one up there. So I go up here and I place redstone repeater. So that's you. I think I do you. Oh dear. And please be right. Ah, crap. It's not. Well, I'll get back to you in a second. Okay, I think I've fixed it now. Just removing that block. I'll next time put the stone instead of there on there, because it just makes everything so much easier, because you just put the block there. And what I did wrong last time was I put the piston here instead of there. So, my fault, I'm just an idiot. So, that should work now. Really hoping, fingers crossed. So, glowstone there. There we go. Perfect. So, I have locked myself out. So, I'll just quickly go into game mode, survival. There. Okay, so I've just finished level 6, now that I've completed all 6 demo levels. By the way, this is the smaller version of the map. So this map is just quite small, and is just really to get you into Redstone. So my next map that I'm currently designing and will be doing a future video on, it's a lot bigger and it's a lot more complicated in the circuitry, for example, more than that. The demo, this is the code, so left, right, and the key for the safe. So if I go down, it shows the circuitry that I've done so far and how it works. If I go up, it's the safe. So the code was this that opens it up. So I got a bunch of gold, that's nice, glowstone, iron, and now I've got diamond. So a nice way to hide secret stuff, so it doesn't have to be obsidian, it can just literally be an iron block with a button on, and then you could just, in a massive room like this, then you just flick of a button and it's no longer there. This could be wood as well, so you just have to know that. For example, on this corner, press it and then that happens. So there you go. I'd like to keep that open, to be fair. There's this little route that goes round that shows how this works. So there's the switch thing that was made in level 6, so it's quite complicated, but it's fine. It's like the 6th level of redstone knowledge. This is the 5th, so it's a bit worse in the sense of how it is over there. Not properly explained, and you won't probably learn as much, but it works, doesn't it? So the signal goes through there. That's the right level, by the way, and if it gets to here, it turns it off. So this isn't triggered either, so this isn't got a signal. However, if it was one less, this would be triggered, making this live. If it was one more, this triggered, which then makes this block triggered, by the way, the redstone on top of here makes this block triggered. So when this goes, switches this on, and then the repeater notices that and then puts it on. So the only way this turns this signal off is if it's here. And each rotation adds another one onto it, so this is why these were different lengths, because this has more flips than the other one. And then all this goes into this block and inverts it. So this is an inverter, so no power goes into this. So this isn't inverted, and since this is always on, the pistons are always on. However, if the signal's live at all, either one of these are live, it switches this off, meaning that it opens. So yeah, that's actually kind of a flaw, I just realised, but that's fine. Actually, I'm kind of confused of how that works, never mind. Yeah, okay, I have no idea how that works, because either one should... Yeah, that makes no sense for me. I am sorry. Let's just keep it open like that. Okay, so into the inner workings of what I've done. So, for example, here I've done a basic switch. So, I think it's easier explained if I go to the end. It's repetitive all throughout. So, this sends a signal to the clock, turning it on. To the clock, pathway to the clock. When the clock is finished, it sends out a signal back, so that's how they close afterwards. So you send a signal, which is probably from the button above, switching the mechanism on, for example this, so this gets the button on, then it goes through into there, and it also switches this on, so then, well actually off, flicks this there, so it turns this one off, which makes the pistons go down. That's why you can do it. However, when the signal goes back when it's closed, it goes down here, over here, through there, and then pushes the redstone back, activating the pistons, pushing it up. So it's a pretty basic concept, and it's just repeated here. So it looks hard to understand, but it's quite nice, quite simple, to be honest. Let's have a look at the clock. Ignore the amount of repeaters. I know it does a ton of delay, but it's best, isn't it? So this is the clock so far. So the examples here, but I'll just have a little tour of the clock in general. It looks complicated, but broken down, it's relatively simple. I'll go straight off by doing these. For example, when the clock's on, signal goes through here, switching it on. The redstone signal goes all the way up, adds the lights to the corners, and then when the signal pulses the signal from the clock when it turns off, switches back off. Basic switch. So going back, sorry about this. The same with the center as well. If you can see just there. And I've just realised that I have Optifine on, so I can't zoom into that. So this is a full node, so each one of these is a node. So yeah, this shows the connections to the lamps. So each one connected to the lamps, and this shows the pattern in which these are formed and how the connections. So that brown one, for example, let's see if we could get a better look at it. Is that, so it's 2 and then 2 above it, and then the green one is 4 straight, and then again 2 up, 2 down, and then yeah, so that's just correlation of how the lamps are formation. So this is a full node, so this is what happens. So the light stays on for a while, and then 5 seconds later, that didn't work, but it works there, as you've seen previously. So broken down, this makes the light stay on for 6 seconds. So as we saw earlier, this circuit here makes it 3 seconds, adding another one on, 6 seconds. So putting this on makes the light there stand for 6 seconds, that's all. And then each one of these is set to 4 ticks, makes the 5 seconds. So when the signal's on, goes through, 5 seconds later, that's on. To prevent the signal from lasting, it makes the wrong time. So what that basically means is when you have all these, a simple flick of the button, if you notice, it lasts the redstone, and eventually this builds up. Yeah, so that stayed on less time than that. So multiplied by all those seconds, each one was like staying on at half past. So there was 2 signs that were on, and by the end 3 of them were on at the same time. So to prevent this, because the signal was still being on, devised this, so that goes through. So no matter how long this is on, that always bleeps on. So that is on for longer than that one. And that's because the observer noticed that this is a change in block, so it's changed its block because it's no longer monitoring that one, it's monitoring that one. And this is also the same if this block was on and off. If the observer noticed that there's a redstone signal there that goes off and on, it'll send a signal. Well, it's wrong way around if it was this side, but you know. It noticed that it changed, and that's the output, so it sends a signal that way. So this is outside the map a bit, and just observe the outer workings and how the map works. This is kind of the main aspect of it, because each part of this is explained during the thing, apart from the observers. The observers weren't. But this was, the observers was kind of a new thing, because I realised that that's fixed bad. That was a wrong, sorry, oh my god, that was a bad fix. Pistons, everyone knows about pistons, so I didn't exactly explain that well, but move that, switch, move that, when that signal's there, back. So it's pretty basic, less advanced than a redstone clock, so I didn't think that that was even I wasn't even going to put that in. So overall, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you get for the next episode, which would be the digital clock that I made, which is a bit more advanced and it's a lot bigger map. It will cost around £3 though, because I am putting a lot of hours just building all these blocks. If you notice all the nodes and all that stuff, I do not know how to currently use World Editor, and I still don't while I made my digital clock. So if you saw all the nodes there, I did hand build all of this, so it is a lot time consuming, and I hope you'd understand that I charged nothing for this one and around £5 for the next one, or £3, I don't know. I might not even charge anything if you don't like this one that much. Just for anything. It's a lot bigger than this, to be fair. Got 20 levels instead of 6, and it does go more in depth with the programming of it, so this clock thing goes digital. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.